You're watching Arkansas Style on KARK.
Audio Jungle.
Welcome back to Arkansas Style. We're here with another edition of Worth the Read with Wordsworth Bookstore. And this November, it's all about cozying up with a good book. Whether it's a small-town murder mystery, a coming-of-age memoir, or an epic tale of love and loss. Ouch. Lynn Phillips joins us now with a list of her booksellers' must-read novels of the year. Lynn, of course, great to see you, honey.
Good to be here.
All right, folks at home, stop what you are doing. This is going to be a very important segment because you are going to hear from the people in the know about what books to read this holiday season.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to start with your pick, your top favorite.
So this
Lynn's
is my
top favorite.
Yeah, this is my favorite book of the year, and it's a hard choice, but my favorite book is Buckeye by Patrick Ryan. I read this book before it came out months and months ago. It takes place in a small town in Ohio. It's a multi-generational family saga, which I love, and it starts after World War II. There is a secret between two families that echoes throughout their lives and the lives of the town. Being a small town, that's kind of how things work. And it's just a really lovely, beautifully written story. This is Patrick Ryan's first novel. He's written a lot of short stories and other essays, but this book, I wish I could read it again for the first time. It's one of those kind of books for me.
I remember you introducing this book, and that's exactly what you said, and it really resonated with me. I never thought about somebody who really loves to read wishing they could read it again for the first time. That really made a statement.
Because you already know what's happening after you've read it, so to reread it, the way it unfolds and the secrets and just the beauty of it, you know it's there, but exploring it and experiencing it for the first time is just such a special experience. So,
okay, very cool, super interesting. Okay, we're going to move on to Candy's favorite.
Okay, so Candy's pick is The Correspondent by Virginia Evans. This is the sleeper hit of the year, really and truly. This was a book, it wasn't really pushed out a lot. I think independent booksellers around the country read this book, hand-sold this to people, and it's just really taken off. It's a story told completely in letters to and from the main character, Sybil, who's a retired lawyer. She's in her 70s, pretty set in her ways. She gets a letter from someone in her past that kind of forces her to reckon with some things that she did in the past. And she realizes that despite the fact that she thought her life was set and she knew what was going to happen in the rest of her life, things change, and she's able to open up and experience new things that she really thought were kind of closed off to her. So,
God, you do such a beautiful job on giving us a synopsis. Really, it reminds you what it's like to read a book. It really is. I mean, it is just immersive. Being a voyeur in somebody else's life, listening to other stories, maybe making your own personal connections. Right. It is a gentle reminder to pick up a good book.
And what Candy said after she finished this book, she said after she finished it, she just hugged it because it just made her feel so good. And it really is. It's a feel-good book. It really is.
Okay, this is so cool. Okay, Leah.
Next is Drew. Drew is has read and listened to The Uncool by Cameron Crowe. It's his memoir. You may know Cameron Crowe from the movie Almost Famous. It's basically an autobiographical story of him as a 15-year-old writing for Rolling Stone. True story.
Wait, what?
Yes. He was 15 years old and was writing profiles about musicians for Rolling Stone magazine. Yeah, at the age of 15.
You've got to be kidding me.
This book, so the audiobook is fantastic, and one of the things I wanted to highlight was a lot of people like audiobooks. They listen using Audible. Libro FM is an alternative to Audible that supports independent bookstores. We have on our bookmark, we have all the information on the back if you want to switch to Libro FM to listen to books. This audiobook, narrated by Cameron Crowe himself. This story could only happen to this one person. His interviews with the Allman Brothers Band, with the Eagles, David Bowie, Led Zeppelin, and he was there in the room where it happened in the 70s when these bands were making it big. It's mind-blowing. I'm listening to it also, and I'm just what is happening right now? It's fantastic. It's great.
Wow.
Love it.
Okay, but here's what I really want to know is why did he title it The Uncool? You don't have to tell me, but that certainly is food for thought there.
A 15-year-old in school, he was not cool, and there are some other things where he's working with other journalists, music journalists, who kind of talk about you're not supposed to make friends with the band. You're supposed to be the uncool one in the room because you're the one who's documenting what's happening and writing profiles on them. So
okay, a lot to dive into this. Again, folks at home, you're going to want to rewatch this segment. This has a lot of information.
So good.
Okay, cool.
So next is Leah's.
Uncool. Cool.
This is cool. Uncool. The next is Leah's favorite book of the year. This is Mississippi Blue 42 by Eli Craner, who is an up-and-coming Arkansas writer. A lot of people know about him. He's from Russellville. This is his fourth book. It takes place in Mississippi. It's college football, pre-NIL. There is a rookie FBI agent, an evangelical pastor, college football coach, and the bag man. So if anybody knows about what college football was like pre-NIL and the money that was kind of changing hands behind the backs of people to recruit athletes, it's a good twisty story.
You know, and that's what Eli Craner does so well. He's a great sports writer, great storyteller, and yes, talk about twists and turns. His other books I've read, and yes, they're cliffhangers sometimes.
Yeah, and great characters in this book. Leah read this book and then immediately started it over again because she liked the characters so much.
And we love that he's one of our own.
Yes, he is, and he is truly not just a great writer, but a great human also. So we're really lucky.
Yeah.
And the last book that I have is Hannah's pick for the year, and it's called The Antidote by Karen Russell. This was just this weekend named on the short list for the National Book Award. So great literary fiction. It takes place in 1930s Nebraska during the Dust Bowl. There is a Nebraska farmer, his niece. There is a photographer who is a New Deal photographer photographing things in the Dust Bowl, as well as a witch who can bank people's memories, and she's taking these memories that people don't really want to have, and she's banking them. It tackles a lot of really deep subjects, like our historical memory of it's historical fiction, so what is happening at that time in that area. You know, you think about it, what happened with indigenous people, and then the Depression and the Dust Bowl, and it really beautiful writing, spellbinding book. Hannah just finished it for her book club, and she loved it.
So fun for a lot of our history freaks, and a little bit of magic.
Yes, a little magical realism going on in there as well.
Well, again, you do such a great job.
Thank you.
Giving us the overview.
Thank you so much.
All right, well, really fun. Guess what time it is, though? It's time for rapid fire.
Oh gosh, okay, I'm ready.
Taylor does such a good job.
I know she does. She doesn't warn me.
This one is all about feel-good vibes and Thanksgiving goodies. You ready?
I hope so.
Which book character or even author would you want sitting next to you for Thanksgiving dinner?
Oh, that's easy.
See, here we go.
I would take Amor Towles. I would want to sit next to him. He wrote A Gentleman in Moscow. If I could also have Count Rostov from The Gentleman in Moscow at Thanksgiving dinner, I'd have one on each side. And I would love to chat with them about the Russia of the post-Bolshevik Revolution, and I'd love to talk to Amor Towles just about his writing.
Girl.
He's my favorite author.
So oh my goodness,
definitely.
I have to reread that.
Yeah.
I forgot all about it, and I do love that subject too, for
love
sure.
It.
Okay, good answer. All right, if you had to choose a book to bring on a holiday road trip, which one survives the ride?
Oh, a holiday road trip, gosh. I'm trying to think of something that I've read recently. I mean, honestly, Buckeye, or there's a book that I really love called The Irish Goodbye. It's immersive. It's a story about these three Irish sisters who are getting together for Thanksgiving. They're dealing with some secrets from their past. And what I love about it is the whole sibling thing. Like, you know, you're grown-up siblings. You're grown up together, but then when you're all together, sometimes all that, like the stuff from the way you used to taunt each other as kids comes up, and that's in this story too. So it really feels really true, and it is Thanksgiving, so it brings all the the stuff you deal with at Thanksgiving with family all together kind of in there as well. So, yeah.
Girl, I love your visits. This is so much fun. Great to see you.
I could talk about books, all day, which is
yes,
lucky because it's
and
what I do
we
for a
are
living.
So lucky to have you here. Appreciate you.
Thanks so much.
For more information or to shop these booksellers' favorites, head to wordsworthbookstore.com or visit them over in the Heights. Now, still ahead, we're talking with Dr. Keith Curry about the vagus nerve and simple ways to rest your body, feel calmer, and improve digestion. Stick around, you're watching Arkansas Style.